Menopause is the period in the life of many women where they're not able to bear children. It's usually between 45 years of age, it goes up all the way to 54 years. Now, Sarah, the wife of Abraham, was in this stage. In fact, she was 90 years of age. Now, while we cannot compare the reproductive lifespan of today to that of many thousands years ago, the fact still remains: the biological impossibility of having a child at this stage. And so when Sarah overhears a conversation between the Lord and Abraham saying, "And I will certainly return unto thee according to the time of life, and Sarah thy wife shall bear a child," Sarah laughed because it was impossible to imagine having a child at this stage. Now, Sarah is not the first one to laugh. In the previous chapter, when God told Abraham that he will have a child, his name shall be Isaac, Abraham laughed. But I want to point out a difference between Abraham's laughter and the laughter of Sarah. Abraham's laughter was a laughter of joy and delight, but the laughter of Sarah was a laughter of doubt. And the next statement proves that this was not a laughter of joy. For the Lord says unto Abraham, "Why did Sarah thy wife laugh? Is there anything too hard for the Lord?" But for a moment, let us leave Abraham and Sarah for a moment and come to the 21st century today. Is there anything too hard for the Lord? Sarah thought that what was standing in the way between her and the promise of God was her menopause. What is standing in the way between God's promise and yourself? Perhaps for us, perhaps for you, it's your financial pause, or academic pause, or even a spiritual pause where you are stagnant and you're not moving. But God in this story demonstrates that there is nothing that can stand between God's promise and ourselves. See, whatever pause your pause might be pausing, God demonstrates in this story that he can play any pause. Now, remember that the child Isaac represents Jesus, like we saw in the previous chapter. And so I want us today to ask an even deeper question. See, Jesus is the sum of all the promises in the Bible. And so perhaps maybe the question should be, what is standing in the way between you and Jesus? What is standing in the way between you and Jesus? And I want to reveal something as we close. The story of Abraham starts with three angels. Abraham thought there were three human beings coming to him. And he thought he was conversing with normal human beings. But he found that he was actually communicating with Jesus himself. See, doubt was standing in the way between Jesus and Sarah. And so Jesus had to come personally to Sarah to correct that, to give him the hope, the assurance that there is nothing impossible with God.
Art thou greater than our father Abraham, which is dead?
Your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day, and he saw it and was glad.
And hast thou seen Abraham?
Verily, verily, I say unto you, before Abraham was, I am.